Hey YouTube, well I've got the old ZJ in the shop again. This is a Grand Cherokee Laredo. I got a 4-inch lift on it. Built this front bumper and put a winch on it, and it's racked, has a rack on the top, and put an air deflector up there. It really helped with the wind noise. It's in the shop now. I'm going to change the power steering. Seems like my gearbox for the power steering didn't like these tires. These are 265/70 R17s, so they're about, they're almost 32-inch, but they weighed like 94 pounds a piece with these steel wheels. I got these steel wheels on them. These are BF Goodrich TAs. Nice tire, good tread, but it played havoc on my steering box. So what I've got is this here. It's a 98 Dodge Dakota steering box, rebuilt, guaranteed. So we're going to swap out the standard box and put this one in. So I'll try to work along with you on this, but this is all handheld, so I don't know how it's going to come out, but I'll give it a shot. Alright YouTube, there it is. This is a 5.2 liter V8, actually 318 is what it is. And this is the power steering gearbox. Wow. It's going to be fun getting the hoses off that, but I think I'll show you here what's happening. If you can see this, I'm going to have to get this skid plate off of here, but yeah, she's pretty dark. Alright, so here's the problem. As you can see on the Pitman arm here, it's this blubbering oil and lube everywhere, so I'll have to get this out here, and I think what I'm going to do is probably jack up both sides and pull that wheel to make it easier to get to the bolts. So, okay guys, so this is what has to happen here. There's my air tube and filter for my air cleaner. Got the tire and wheel off here, as you can see. So there's my bolts clear up in there. But here's the problem. My air cleaner box has to come out now too. So I'll keep tearing stuff apart. So I got the air box out where the air cleaner goes. And the deal is here, trying to get the high pressure, low pressure lines loose, and they're oh my god tight, and they're 18 millimeter of all things, which I didn't expect. I don't have an 18 millimeter crow's foot, but I got an 18 millimeter open end, and we're going to try to take them off without screwing it up, or we'll have to get new ones. So okay, I'll be back when after about a half-hour battle, I've discovered it was much easier to pull these lines off, right off the pump tank here. You can see that's the return line, and the pressure line I got loose from the top up here. That was only a 15, and this one's only a clamp here. So I got those loose there. I'll start taking the gearbox loose from down below, and just take the hoses out from the bottom with the gearbox, and then take them off on the bench where I got clearance to work on them. Okay guys, all right. I might be a little bit close, but what you're looking at here is this, I've got a skid plate between the radiator and all my steering linkage and the box. So these got to come out, and this hole here up in there, there's 16 millimeter bolts. There's 4 of them, so I guess I will have to take that also. So you can see the oil dripping everywhere from the pump and everything. So okay guys, I got that skid plate off finally. That wasn't really hard, it just took a lot to get it done. So next job is going to be to get that Pitman nut off. It took me longer to figure out what size it was, and it probably will take it off. So I'm going to use an impact. I'd like to show you, but I can't hold this and camera and do that too. So guys, I'm back. I'll be back when I get it off. This is my 20-ton press. Sorry about that going so fast. And this is the steering box. And the pitman arm's still on it. I've tried everything to get that pitman arm off. I've heated it, hammered it, had it in the vise, tried to beat it out on the vise, couldn't get it in the press. I used my pickle fork and promptly kind of destroyed it. It sprung the jaws on it, and I kind of beat them back a little bit. And there's my pitman arm remover. So where I'm at with this now is I figured I'll just replace the pitman arm, and that would be a logical thing to do. Checked all the auto supply houses in Prescott Valley and Prescott, which is fairly close to me. It's about 20-30 miles. And they all had them listed from various prices. Napa was like 84, AutoZone was like 69, Advanced Auto was 29, and checked them all, but nobody had them. They said they're out of production. So checked Rock Auto online, and Rock Auto didn't have it. Well, the only thing left is Amazon, who is kind of a standby for me. Amazon had it, and it'll be here tomorrow. So, and free shipping because I'm a Prime member. So that's where we're at now. So I'm going to see if I can't get this gearbox back in, because it is ready as far as the hoses. Got the hoses here and the gearbox, and everything's on. So I can get this in, get the steering shaft hooked in, get it bolted to the frame, and then I'll be ready to go when the pitman arm gets here, and just put it on with an impact. So I'm going to take these ends, I'm going to duct tape those when I put it back in so they don't get jacked up. So again, I'm not going to be able to hold the camera and do this, but I'm going to give her a go. Okay guys, I'm under the Jeep now. Here's the gearbox. And what I've done here, I think you'll be able to see it, is I've got the bolts started into the tubing that goes through the frame. I got all three of them in there. So my thought is I'll feed the wiring, or I'm sorry, the hose up through this hole, and just lay it up on the frame here, and up here where the bolts are, and then we ought to be good. Let me get out from under here again. I'd like to put this camera somewhere where you can see it, but it just isn't going to happen. So anyhow, right, guys, there it is. Steering box is in. Next one is to put the steering shaft on, which is not a big deal. I just want to make sure it's in the exact same position as you took it off. And what I've done, I put just a dab of grease on it, on the spline. So I don't know if you can see that or not. It's kind of dark down here. But again, I can't hold the camera, but it just slides on. Try to get in the same position, and then I'll go up and put the hoses on, and I'll be ready for the... That's it, all done. I'm hooked into my power steering pump. The hoses are all tied in, the air cleaner's back on, the cold air dam here is all done. I'd show you a little bit better light, except my light crashed and burned, so I knocked the bulb out of her. The box is down there. I don't know if you can see it or not, but what we're going to do is we're going to jack this up and get it so the front wheels are off the ground on jack stands. And I'll start turning the steering wheel back and forth after I fill it with fluid. I'm using ATF 4 Plus, which is really good for this. And once I do that 20 times in each direction, we'll put her down, drive her, come back in and do it one more time like that. And that should have all the air out of the system, and she'll be good to go. So there you have it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.